face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. Talk your face off. To talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off.
Hey,
Yo.
we're back.
Yo.
We're live.
So, you ever hear of that prank when you put Visine in someone's coffee?
No.
You've never heard about that?
No.
It's supposed to give them the explosive Rhea.
No.
I think it's Visine, or maybe it's just soap. I don't know. But so I'm always like super sus when I clean out my water bottles, because there's no real good way of cleaning these out, right? Like it's just like keep on rinsing, and you can put the little thing in there, and it's,
No, I don't buy that kind. I buy the Yeti ones that the whole top unscrews.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust the ones that have like the little bottle cap opening.
Well, this is just, it's the full thing opens up.
Oh.
So I could still stick a scrub brush down there, but like I'm always skeptical that I got all the soap out, and I'm like, if I drink this and there's remnants of soap, it's not going to be good for my, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's the worst.
So I'm always like, am I going to have to go run into the bathroom? Anyways, what's going on, guys? Speaking of that, who's in the house? We got Super One-Handed. What's going on? So how long before Tony gets the TRX4 MT? Debatable. Mir Deef, what's up? Crawler Tracks.
I was so ready to. That's the thing. Like when I saw the
really
picture you sent me, I didn't see it. You sent me that link. I'm like, what? And I checked my email, and there was the video in the email. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I went and I watched it, and I was at first like, whoa, sweet. And then I was like,
wah, wah, wah.
Like my depressed face kept getting more and more depressed.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Who wants to talk about that? I think people do. Caller Tracks, what's up?
So that was, if you guys follow the Instagrams, that was the headline.
I don't care, and I know people
Monster
think it's retro.
disappointment.
This is slower than retro.
It is.
Those trucks had more power than they would hit some of those jumps with. They could have launched. In fact, they did on some.
Yeah.
Like when,
Well,
they were holding back in order to have control.
Oh, yeah.
But they weren't slow.
So here's what bothered me.
Dog.
Here's what bothered me at the very beginning of that video. I was like, okay. And you know how like the video, you get the hook in the first like 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It was so slow. And the only thing I could think about is that's not the right engine sound. Like the entire time I was like, where's the blower sound? There's no blower. And it was like, it sounded like a clapped out old farm truck. And I was like, it was really bothering me the first like 10 seconds I was watching it.
Right.
And I was like, come on, get on with it. The looks are good.
It looks great. It looks
I like
good.
the looks. Yeah.
There was a lot of wins. I like the chassis.
Yeah.
Keeping it like 2 frame rails, whatever, but giving it that, the dropped chassis with it's still stamped with the little monster plate area on it.
Yeah.
Cool. Right? Pretty cool. But you really feel it if you watch the RC Driver video.
Yeah.
Hit go, and it's like, it's not going.
Yeah, I know.
It looks slower than the FMS out of the box.
It looks like you took SEX 24, like speed wise, like you took an SEX 24 and put monster truck tires and didn't change anything else. It looks that fast. Like it just was not. It wasn't doing it for me.
They had a lot of time. They built a chassis for it. They did extra for it, and they still said it was the elf. So it was a couple of things. I'm going to use movie references. Am I okay to use movie references?
Let's go.
Okay. Zoolander, the Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good, like moment for me. Like they big America'd this thing up, right?
Yeah.
They did the ramps, they did the sound effects, they did the grind. It was like Big America for like 2-year-olds to watch. Like,
yeah,
I can picture like when my kids were like 5 and they just like watched Matchbox unboxing car guys and dipping it in water on repeat. Like they just want to keep watching Mr. Blue Box or whatever that guy was.
Yeah.
That video, put it on repeat. The kids will watch it all day long.
Yeah.
Like it was so slow, and then they still slow-moed it. Like they could have just shot it like
the mud shot,
real speed.
The mud shot in slow-mo was a little painful for me. I was like, it's like I because I watched that video after I watched RC Driver's video, so I knew how gutless it was, and then I saw it kind of hit the mud and go, ugh.
So Jeff says the FMS speed motor is the same speed as this. It's 4 miles per hour with the speed motor. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
With the speed gearing and the portals change things. Like,
yeah,
I don't think the gear ratio, and they left the medium gear ratio in, like, for something that should have been a built faster. Like they've got a high speed gearing. Yeah. They could have put like a brushed motor like the LMT had. It didn't even have like, or put the LMT size motor in there, the mini.
Yeah.
And leave it with the stock.
They have the Teton brushed motor or whatever that is, the little 380 motor. It's a Traxxas motor.
I've wanted them to make something solid axle for a long time, and now I'm like, I take it back. Don't make something solid axle.
I take it back. I immediately regret that.
Don't make a solid axle Bigfoot monster truck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
At least the Stampede is quick for like a brush.
You know what the other part. The one other part that kind of sucks about it, and I don't mean to like bash on it a ton, is that they did the Chevy square body, but they didn't do it in white. So you have Bigfoot, and then you have the red and black square body, but you
want it to be USA 1.
You want it to be USA 1.
They did the Chevy, man. Like they got it.
I know, and it's like
they're the ones that have the actual Chevy. They don't have the sticker pack, but they did the Chevy, and they did the white.
I know. I was like,
So their monster truck guys are a little out of touch, is what I feel. And again, I'm over the whole Traxxas thing. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm back into just doing RC to have fun with it. Like, I've got my Max parts here to fix it.
Yeah.
Look what I bought. It has the name on it.
Ooh.
Like, not worried about it.
Uh-huh.
Gonna get it running.
Because that's a good one. I don't mean to bash on it. Apparently, neither does Traxxas.
Oh, that was brutal. Like that was slyly brutal.
Oh wait, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted that one. Nope,
Yeah.
I didn't want that one either. It keeps on jumping. There we go.
Yeah. Mark Santa Maria jumped it off and actually just drove off the curb, and it fell on his face. So I do want to say, their course looked really good.
Yeah.
Right. So
looks very familiar.
And it does look kind of familiar. Those things are cheap on Amazon. But I mean, they found an awesome spot to do it. Like, wide open space like Traxxas does. Video wise, shot for shot, very good angles.
Yeah.
Cool movements with the truck around the corner. That wooden corner piece that they were like kind of trying to stay up, they couldn't even like get enough speed to ride it. Like the back end was dragging down. I feel like that was supposed to be a jump, but it probably couldn't jump and rolled off and fell, like tumbled because it couldn't get air. And so they just bailed on it on that shot. Because why else would you have that there? Yeah. It looks like it was going to be the like big ending, ramp it off. Like the video guys were sent those thinking, hey, we're going to do something cool. We built this whole thing. And then it's like, oh, it can't even like drive up it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to like anyway.
How big do you think the birds were in the aviary they were driving in too? I just thought the levels of the sound of the birds over the sound of the massive V8 motors.
I can't believe that the legal department let them post that video without it burned into the video saying that these sounds are not made by the truck, that they are simulated for the video. They didn't say that. Plus, they make you think that it has metal axles because it grinds down the pole and you hear metal on metal like trucks on a skateboard.
I should buy one and then send them a letter and be like, Where's my metal grindy sound? And where's my
Where are my metal
monster truck
axles
sound?
and my engine sounds? This has
Yeah.
no motor in it.
None. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should do that. And be like,
It's stamped like they wrote it in the description, but that video can be shared without that description being
oh
attached.
yeah.
It was not legal wise, like
Big
for
America.
them, for an advertising. It was like, what happened, guys? Hey.
Hey.
So I put in my comment. The first thing I thought was like, it feels like Big America video for kids, like for toddlers, like
Big America.
like
you
way brought down version of his.
You should send them a cease and desist letter, Big
Yeah.
America, and be like, monster truck grinding is trademark Big America 2022. Thank you very much.
No, I don't know why the whole Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good thing came into my mind, but that was like the disappointment level I had. Is like, he thought he was going to have this school, and like that's what they made for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like,
yeah, it
cool.
was hype. I mean, the shot for shot, it was good. Like, like Big America, you should ask their film crew to come shoot with you one day too. Like, it'd be pretty rad stuff.
See if they can slow it down enough.
Like, your stuff's awesome, but like those guys had some cinema stuff going on, man.
They had some
like,
nice cameras. Yeah.
But they had zero speed to work with. So I actually felt bad for like the camera. Like, what a sucky shoot to do. Like,
It's
also
so
like,
boring. Yeah.
then we got to do that mini LMT one with like
Yeah.
Ryan and Weston. It was a hoot. Like, it was so
Yeah.
much fun. We had fun off camera with them.
Sure.
Like, those guys were just like, dude, we got to figure something out to get a shot of these things looking cool. Like,
right.
like burning the slow-mo to make it look like the suspension's doing something, because it was something else, man. And again, I really wanted to be excited about it because I've been begging, like, come on, Traxxas, where's your solid axle? If you guys did this, you could knock it out of the park.
Okay, so how much do you think it would cost to make that thing cool?
Not much.
You don't think so? I think it's going to cost at least $150.
No.
To make it.
PureTech will make a system you could drop in, and you wouldn't have to do anything.
Well, they already do. They have the TRX. They have the Stinger.
Dude, you just put that mini in. Remember, we put those mini. We had fast TRX 4M monster trucks.
Yeah,
remember those? They were stupid fast.
Yeah, that was the Stinger. Yeah, that'd probably be a good balance for that one.
Yeah,
but that kit's got to be $100.
Yeah, but it wouldn't even need that. Like, if you put the speed gearing in and you put in a bigger motor.
Whoa,
like
6 miles an hour?
No, but a bigger motor, like a faster motor. Just get a different turn motor.
Yeah.
Because think about the LMT Mini is brushed, dude. It's fast. Like, it's quick.
Yeah. Oh, like, for sure.
Like, hey, kids, don't run it in the house at 100. Thanks.
Yeah,
like,
for
even
sure.
50, you're like, oh crap. Like, yeah. So I was wondering, did they tone down the ESCs? Did anybody go in and check to see if it was on like safety mode? Like for kid mode out of the box. Did anybody look at that? Like, because they've got that. Remember, they've got the different
video was
settings.
Really slow. Like,
you would
their
think
video,
that Traxxas would have done.
You would think that, yeah.
Like they made all those jumps and they couldn't do anything with them.
Okay, so Slater's RC says people need to stop comparing that to the LMT, mini LMT. No, here's where I say that's wrong. We don't, because 10 scale, yes, you can have a retro, bouncy, slow monster truck. It makes sense. But when you're in 18 scale, it's like watching paint dry. Like, why? Like, that would be painful. It would be like, it is a really cool model. It looks really good. Like, I love the way it looks. But if I spent, how much are these? Is the
$200?
If I spent $200 on
just get a Stampede, dude.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and I don't mean to bash on Associated, but I would hands down take the MT-12 over that. The MT-12 was fun to play with. The little monster truck, and it's like, I don't remember. I just looked it up a second ago. It's like $186 for a 12 scale.
Well, before all the stuff that went down last time with the TRX 4M, we were building the monster trucks from them.
Yeah.
And you could make them go fast.
You could.
They don't have a training mode. They have different crawler modes. Oh, RC Driver's on. What's up?
What's going on?
And he was super honest. He even did the video changing out the gears, put it 6 miles per hour at high speed.
Even switched with his buddy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if mine's just slow or if it's so,
But you can make them faster, and I think you
for
could do it
sure.
on the cheap. Like somebody like Mofo or somebody's going to come out with a mount or a motor mount that'll allow them to put a
Yeah.
different motor, brushed motor even on, or
Yeah.
even make it so you can just sell a mount and sell the
Convert it to
Traxxas motor.
380. Yeah.
Like get it so you can put a Traxxas motor on it, and you'll be screaming. You could even leave the transmission at that point. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just I'm shocked that they didn't do that
Yeah.
and
I
put
agree. Right off
some
the
way to turn it down if they are worried about kids doing it. But like, and maybe they'll come out with it like the Wide Max kit for Max. They're all now Wide Max
yeah.
after the release for a year and a half or two, and then
Yeah.
they sell through it all. And here's the new model. It
Yeah.
was yeah. See, Endura has a 370 motor and trans for so it's doable. I think you can do it on the somewhat cheap.
Yeah.
But you don't get a roll cage. Like if you want retro, I still think it's cool for what it is.
Yeah. Well,
it's a lot less truck though. So they did add the light kit, which I'm not a light guy, but there's cost in that. Like especially for companies, they value that as something that's. So that was one thing they did. The new stamp chassis I thought was cool. Like honestly, doing the 4 shocks around, even though the ones weren't working.
I like that it looks like a mini Claude. I do like that.
Yep.
I would want, and this is me not playing with. It's like before playing with a Claude, how I was like, oh, that's really slow.
Yeah.
But then I played with it and I was like, I love driving this thing now. I don't know that I could get there with this, but I could see how might have some kind of advantage to it. One thing that I think we're missing on that I think is a big advantage that they have because of the way their chassis is, it seems like it's a lot easier to put different bodies on it versus the mini LMT. You kind of have to deal with the roll cage a little bit, not a whole lot. I mean, I guess you don't have to do it at all because it clamshells and it's just the 2 rails, so you have to take the whole thing off. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't mind some of the choices they made. I don't mind reusing parts. I don't mind any of that aspect of what they did. I just feel like if you're gonna go that extra to do a new chassis and all that, like just doing a little just even 8 miles an hour, like double the speed or something, like because even 6 looks pretty slow. But if you started at 8, like at least
it's interesting.
Indoor retro racer, like I'm all for retro racers. I love slow clodbuster racing, like. And we like it with the FMSs, you know, like we have a set that's the stock ones.
Yep.
I still feel like it looks faster than what those were going, but I could be wrong. I would love to maybe buy one just to test it against the stock FMS on second gear and see. But I don't know.
And
I'll have to watch Matt's video. I was waiting to see who else had videos. I only saw the one from RC Driver and from Traxxas. I didn't see other ones bouncing. Did they put them out later?
I don't know. I saw Matt's video pop up, but I didn't get a chance to watch it.
So I was looking through my feed for it, like all the new videos. You know, I can pull up just who your follows are and see who's posted new stuff.
I'm looking
on the left.
Right now.
It usually stacks the names of subscribers.
Mark Santa Maria had a video.
Okay,
I didn't see his, but I saw it on there.
Those are the days when I don't know. I won't speak for other people. Because I can't, but those were the days for me, like when I was somebody and they sent me something and I was like, oof, I gotta make a video on this. Like, it ain't gonna be good. It ain't gonna be pretty. Like, and I, hats off to like RC Driver did a great job of being fair, but also being very honest. Like he was like, oh, it's not as fast as I thought it was gonna be, kind of a thing off the go.
Yep.
And then tried making it faster and all that. But
Big Squid got a video out of it.
Okay.
They show it driving through water. His looks a little faster.
So the people that are going to buy these no matter what are Johnny Hotshoe. Traxxas is my favorite. It's my favorite little monster truck. It's way better than FMS Smasher. I mean, I don't have one yet, but it's Traxxas. We know it will be the best. No fanboy here. I'm no fanboy either, and I was excited about it until I wasn't. I still think there's going to be the components of it are going to be decent. Like, it was a letdown of a release. Like, it could have been awesome, and it was just like meh.
And what's crazy is that I think that's been kind of the tone over the last several releases lately. Of across the board, it's been kind of meh releases. You know what I mean? Where they're not totally big. No, actually, I take that back. The Losi stock car release was good. It was inspiring.
But there's no good video of it, really. Like, they would have been
No.
better off doing a real like teaser video of them running versus like.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I like Losi stuff too.
Did you watch the long video?
Yeah, it's a lot of other stuff. It's good, but it's like the whole idea of these in my mind is
it's real hard
RC market, and this is very much like, hey guys that are about to bash us for making this 1/12 scale, here's all the reasons why we made every decision that you're about to critique us for. That's what it felt like to me. Like getting out ahead of it, but I would have just see a nice snappy. Is there a snappy? I haven't seen one. Is there a snappy just running teaser video for him? Like,
I thought I saw I wouldn't say just a teaser video, but I thought I saw some video of it going. I mean, the other thing is
weird release to not drop something like that, and
and
the
other thing is that they seem seem like they would seem hard to capture well on video. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to get really low and really tight, and it's all like pass by video kind of a stuff. Like I don't know. It seems like it'd be tough, but
there's going to be aftermarket for Traxxas. That's not a worry. There are somebody saying that there's possibly going to be Bigfoot stickers coming from them, even for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll be all right. It'll be cool. Like people will make them very cool.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
Just not the out of the gate, like, hey, I saw an actual monster truck from Traxxas. Yes.
What does Harley have to say? Not being an MT fan, it would still be the one I'd buy. The parts, the options going to be the best in the long term. The SX24, bad out of the box too. But yeah, the video wasn't fun.
Well,
I don't think this
monster truck out of the box. They did the LMT Mini, and they did a wicked, fantastic job with it.
Yeah, and I think the SEX24, it did what you expected it to do. The very first one, though, the very first ones that came out were a little meh when you got them and played with them.
Well, but I then would say that they weren't because of how bad the previous things that were 24 scale were. Which were like there was that RC 4-wheel drive, and then there was
Panda.
There was the what was their brand that they only sold in hobby shops?
Oh,
Barrage,
the
ECX one.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
So there was better than those. Like there was actually felt like, oh, you can feel the torque and the speed differences.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Yep.
But they were still meh.
Yeah.
But they haven't made an SCX24 monster truck, and they knew not to.
So Harley's saying still mad, but the options are fun. But I don't really know what option. I mean, there might be bling options for it. You know what I mean? Like, what other options are there going to be for
which one?
For the Traxxas monster truck?
Oh, there's already stuff out there. You can do it. I mean, there'll be shocks, aftermarket shocks available for it. There'll be better tires. Like you could put on the J Concepts tires and immediately it'll be better.
Yeah.
You could, yeah. So there's stuff you'll be able to do. The bodies are wicked. Like they're super nice looking.
That's yeah. I think
again, it's a retro style ladder, like frame style chassis. I like it. Ford, Chevy, good options.
Yep.
The options, the years that they chose, like the body styles, perfect choices.
Yeah.
The only hang up was it doesn't do monster truck things.
Right. And that was okay. And that was one of the things that I was kind of mad on the MT-12 is that you really had to send it to do monster truck things. Like, but it was capable of doing monster truck things versus crawler things that are almost monster truck things.
Yeah. Anybody that says the LMT needs more bodies, same thing. you can put any 18 scale on. We showed it. Like
Mhm.
it's the same size. You can pull that cage off and you can make body mounts and you can go to town with all of the Ford and Chevy offerings from Traxxas you can put on there. Like there's a lot of things you can do if you want to do it monster jammed up, and like people can take
Yeah.
it. And we will see people taking those bodies probably and putting them over on the minis as well. But
Yeah.
no, I'm dogging on it, but it really was just the what is this, a school for ants kind of a thing? Like, what is this, a monster truck for crawler guys like Harley Designs?
Yeah, I mean, at first, I guess that was my first impression. Is that I was like, "Wow." Honestly,
I saw somebody. Hold on, I saw somebody bashing the locked diffs. I will not bash them for doing locked diffs.
no.
I would like locked diffs for my LMT Mini
Yeah,
that you can't do because there's some special open diff
Yeah.
thing. Somebody needs to make a
Agreed.
locker for it.
agreed.
But
Agreed.
I will not bash them for having locked diffs.
Yeah. So the first initial thought when I first saw them on RC Driver's video, I was like, "This is going to be a tough one for Tony not to want to buy so fast." Like I was like, "Oh, this is like it," because just by first impression, the
It
look,
looks like me.
how good it looked. I was like, "This is like says mini Clodbuster. This says mini Bigfoot." Like all those things were going through my head. And then I actually scrubbed forward on RC Driver's video. Sorry, I didn't want, I just wanted to, I didn't care about all the detail stuff.
He did a great detail breakdown.
He did. I know. And I was like, Is this over yet? Let's go. I want to see it run. So I scrubbed forward and I was like, when he took off, I was like, it's like the Instagram reels where they're like, like when they have all the little things on there. And I was like, oh, like I really wanted it to be a little snappier. Like, and that's the kind of bummer thing. I remember when I first got my Baja Ray, the first one.
Yeah.
Well, when I first got my first Baja Ray and I ran it on 2S, I was like ready to rip. And I was like, and then someone's like, "Oh, change it out for the 3S, put the pinion in." And then it's like, this thing's a monster now. So it's like,
you never need more than 2S.
Stop lying. Yeah. Anyways, that was my first thought as well when I first saw it on YouTube for the first time. RC Jeep guy says, "Yep." I don't know. I'm torn because I really want to see someone speed him up. See how they handle sped up. The lock diff thing though,
not an issue. That's good.
Not an issue, but it would be so much better if it was a little faster. With the lock diff.
They still turn great.
Yeah.
With the lock diffs. So granted, they're going pretty slow, so they can make that kind of turn without rolling over.
Full power, full crank turn, no problem.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie. If you had say you had 10 of them, like 10 people, and you had some Penda Drag style racing with them, it would still be a lot of fun. You know what I mean?
I'm watching Mark Santamaria's video right now with them chasing each other. Like, if you don't get the snap, you just watch yourself in slow motion not be able to catch the other guy at all. Like, and you just have to sit there for 20 seconds watching yourself lose because you didn't get it off the line.
Yeah.
Like, it would not be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Henry Ann says, yes, they take, yeah, we saw that they take the high speed gearing, but
they do. It will fit. Yeah. So yeah, that and a little upgrade, it'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Ball bearings would probably help a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to make crush cars for these trucks. I think they would stop when they hit it.
Well, I wonder. That's the other thing I was wondering. So
little booster rocks to get up on them.
Okay, so the part of the actual Traxxas video in the mud, I kind of sat there and I was like, it is very slow. But then I wondered how much load was going on that motor. Like, is it just under motored? You know what I mean? Like I was just wondering, to that point of like, could it get like I saw? Yes, we know it could do slap. I wouldn't say a slap wheelie, but like a sky wheelie. But that's
It
geometry.
hit that pretty hard, like that.
Yeah.
No matter what, that front end's gonna pop.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, that's geometry. That's short wheelbase, big tire kind of thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
I also am of the camp that some people overspeed these. Like
Oh,
they make them
100%.
too fast,
yeah.
and it's just stupid at that point.
Yeah.
So there is a line. There's a
That was
that
like
you
the
wanna do in
MT-12.
between.
The MT-12 was almost fast enough, but if you added something to go too fast, it was too fast. Like
Yeah.
it just wasn't gonna have it.
So probably not under motored at all. It's probably over geared. Yeah, which is one thing they say don't use. Oh, it did the thumbs up thing again. I gotta figure out how to turn that off.
You could on my phone. It's a swipe down thing I saw.
Yeah. Well, somewhere it's in my settings on here to.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
I think it's in your at the top where you set your notifications.
Yeah.
Video effects. Turn it off.
Video.
It's like so when you set your notifications, meaning your like do not disturb.
Do not disturb. I see like a calendar, Google Chrome, and a little green video button.
That's on the left, it says video effects for me. Multiple.
Mine doesn't show that.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe it's on this screen.
MT-12 also should have a servo-on axle. Yes, I agree. It should have, and I would have liked lock diffs on that, but you can put earplugs in that diff, so that's because it's a sealed diff, sort of. Let's see. I'm just reading through. Later RC athletes. Mike Tyson videos. I love those videos. I love his like second or third day of training. And he's like annihilating his trainer and he's like, day 3, you still want me? Like, I was like, no. You're an animal.
So I think we can move on from this. I don't want to bash it to the point of it being too bashed. It's still cool. It was just disappointing.
I'm
still glad that they're making a monster truck. I'm glad it's not on portals. I will say that. That's the one thing that I complain about FMS for doing.
Yep.
Like, why not make a solid? Like,
all it looks scale.
Change that outer part of your axle.
It looks
like
scale.
Even multiple piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. The look of it looks good. I like the narrow axles on it. Looks wicked good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just leave it at that.
I say just give it a little bit of time and see what they come out with. Maybe they have a high speed option coming.
I mean, Matt even showed like some old school monster truck videos in here, and they're catching some pretty good air. Monster Patrol and
I think it was the mud video or the mud part of the video where they actually went down the hill to get momentum and then hit them. And I was like, oh, probably can't just start in the mud.
I'm wondering if they had to reverse throttle to get it into the wheelie, but just cut into it when it was already in the wheelie.
I have no idea. King Crunch.
His video looks pretty good, though.
Matt's?
Yeah.
Of course it does.
They made it look all old school.
Good job, Matt. I haven't seen it yet, but I could just imagine. You're way better than that Harley guy at making videos. Is Harley still in here? I'm just kidding.
I'll have to watch that later. Looks pretty good.
Matt said he did reverse throttle.
Oh, he reverse throttled, yes.
Aha.
King Crunch. So,
yes.
you count on him to make an awesome video of it. Very good job, dude.
Yep.
I
haven't seen it yet.
Very monster trucky to me. It was very retro. I liked it.
I wonder if he wore his.
It was 8 hours ago, so it was at the time of the release.
I wonder if he wore his Canadian tuxedo while doing monster truck things to get and just to feel the 80s and early 90s. Nothing but denim. Maybe
I'm
some.
Pretty sure just being in Canada, people drive those things around still.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it felt right at home for him.
He put a voiceover. We'll have to listen to it after the show.
I can't wait to hear the VO.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see other videos. I had only seen the one from Traxxas and the one, which again was very well shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday. And then I saw the RC driver one, but I didn't see the other ones pop up in my feed. I just scrolled through Mark Santa Maria's too. And
Yeah, I saw him pop up, but I was tied up all day. I couldn't sit and watch. All right, let's get on to the leaky stuff.
All right.
Leaky bits.
Leaky bits.
So
you mean the laser nut? Oh, I just leaked it.
Yeah. So Harley was talking about that. I didn't catch that. What I did catch,
I saw a Team Associated leak for
I sent it to you.
An oval car.
Yeah, I sent it to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was last week even. They leaked it. And I think it pressured them to come out with it sooner. And they came out, so it dropped today.
Okay.
But yeah, but they didn't show, the one that dropped today did not have the other body, the colorway that they had on it. And so I was like, I think that one might be the RTR. They had one that was out there that looked like a kind of a Petty-esque red, white, and blue. And then they also had the one that was their fighter pilot one, SR-10. And they looked pretty cool. Looked pretty cool. The cool thing, though, that I didn't know about it is that it's an actual builder's kit. So you build it just like a buggy. And I was like, yes, that's cool. And it's a mid motor, knew that. But I mean, they showed, all the pictures showed on Tower, like all of them did. I was like, wow. And then they took it down. And then it just came back out today. So
okay.
And I talked to Associated today, and they said that it should be out any day now for shipping.
Nice.
So I was like, that's cool. At least you don't have to wait long.
Okay. Well, I mean, it wasn't probably a bad time for it to get leaked with the other NASCAR thing coming, like to help get them out that, hey, we have something coming too.
From what I heard, though, it was supposed to be weeks out when they showed the pictures. Yeah. So I was like, oh, because I would assume, because they said it's shipping any day now, they probably were waiting for it, because a couple of their last releases were ready to ship when they released it. So maybe that's what they were waiting for. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of that, but I did get a thumbs up when I showed them the shirt that I designed and said, I'm not marketing this yet. And
Yeah.
Yeah. And they said, I guess they tried doing something like that. So I can't pull it up right now, but I did a Team Associated shirt that's like an American flag. And apparently they tried something like that years ago, and they got a bunch of hate for it because I guess a bunch of people were like, you can't deface the flag, or said something like that. And I'm like, what? Where were you showing that? So I don't know. I think it looks rad, the design that I did. So I'm going to print mine and go to town with it. We'll see. I saw something.
So it wasn't leaked, but I'm not seeing any videos from Losi of them driving those NASCARs. That video only showed concept parts of it in video 1 of 4.
Oh, I saw
it showed the buggies running. It showed, and even like their shorts just showed like top down, like flashing of the different body options they have. Has somebody seen run footage of them? Because it's kind of an interesting drop if there is none, and it's just going to be like a documentary series behind the scenes of the making of it. But people are ordering them not knowing how fast they are or anything.
Maybe it's the Mandela effect, because I could have swore I saw. Well, here we go. Does this count? Watch.
That's what I'm saying. Like all the body stuff. Like, because even if you go to the car page for surface vehicles,
yeah,
they usually have.
I thought there was clips of it running.
I want to know from the Peanut Gallery, have they seen it? Because I haven't. Like, I want concrete.
Yeah. What's going on, Jamie Rodriguez? Sleek Hobby says they have not seen videos. Yeah, I guess it was the Grom, but it was a stretched tub. If you watch the videos, they were talking about the stretched tub.
But is it driving?
Nope.
All right, so I'm on their page right now. Which one would you get if you got one? I would probably get the Bass Pro Shops one.
To be
Or
honest,
the number 5.
I'm not sure about all the colorways they got. I don't know. I'd
No.
probably get the Menards.
Menards. Are you a Menards guy?
No, I like the color or the what's the red, white, and blue one? Is that the Horizon? No, it's not Horizon. I don't know, maybe Napa or Menards. I do like the Bass Pro Shop, but I can't say that because you just said it. So
That's true. Yeah, the only video they show is the from concept to checkered flag, which is interesting because again, even when they're talking about this, they're talking about like NASCAR fans wanting it and like outside of the RC people wanting it and being interested in it. And if you're gonna like pre-sell all of these without seeing like if they haven't seen, there's a thumbs up again. I'm just gonna hold that there. See if it keeps doing it.
yeah,
But just I don't know. It's kind of I don't know, marketing brain on, put my marketing hat on, and I'm thinking if I'm really targeting, if that's my target audience is like bringing all these new NASCAR people into the hobby, and I'm not dropping a video of it looking like straight up NASCAR yet.
Yeah. Well,
But
let
I
me
just
tell you
did the release, and then they're gonna try and do it, and they're gonna have that motorcycle like sold out fiasco, or even like the shreddy boat, where if you watch the negative comments on that, because I went to order one. And it's like bad reviews. I'm like, what the heck? And it was all about people ordering it but not being able to get it because it was back ordered and then canceling their order. All that kind of junk. It wasn't even about the product. It was about the release of it. And it's like
I could see what happened though, or what's happening is that NASCAR people, it doesn't matter. They're just gonna buy their boy's car, like 100%. Like I know so many NASCAR people that just have so many NASCAR toys. And like not Hot Wheels, but you know, like all those and like the die cast, they're just gonna go out and buy it no matter what. And so, or they're gonna buy it for their kid. They're just gonna see another RC car, and they're just gonna go out and buy it. But what's gonna be tough is when they see the Walmart version or the Bass Pro Shops version, which is not the Horizon or the Losi version, and they're gonna be like, well, why can't I just buy this one for $49 versus buying a $200? You know, I'm assuming it's $200, but I have no idea.
What's up, Icon? Do you think somebody's asking, will Traxxas come back with their mini? I'm going to guess that there was some licensing stuff signed. So I guess not at the moment, but I could be wrong. Maybe they won't. Maybe they could only sign certain teams. I don't know.
Yeah. Henry N says $180 for the little NASCAR.
Bass Pro because it's a Toyota. Oh, there we go. Racing Case knows what he's talking about. Yeah, number 5 car.
Yeah.
So, the thing I didn't say, because what you were just saying was making me think of, they'll just get their kids like a Spin Master one. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I really want to test the Spin Master 1/16 scale monster truck from Target, speed-wise, against the Traxxas monster truck.
You should see if it's
possible it could go 4 miles per hour. Like it is a very real possibility that the Spin Master one could be the same speed.
Yeah. For $20.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the big one with the big tires on it?
No. I'm talking the 16 scale ones that you can take the bodies off of and put on other stuff or whatever they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking that earlier. I might have even said in my comment. I wonder. But yeah, it would be I don't have one to do the comparison, but if somebody did, it would be, I bet it might get some good views. I'm just going to say.
So it's, who wrote this? Jamie Rodriguez said, need to bug some of the Horizon guys. Tell them to release some video. Oh, they'll be riding in the NASCAR wave for sure. So, okay. So it's funny because I was almost like, Tony, remember that what would you call the writing thing that me and Olivia did? It's not like a press release, but it's like a
concept. AI. It was. I mean, it would have been
It's like a
It would have been the
DVD
overview
cover.
of like the
Yeah.
no, like so. What do they call these here on these? The product. It's like a teaser. It's like snapshot. They call them overviews. Why wait for the weekend with the Losi NASCAR
Right.
race car? You can put yourself in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Like it was something like that, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You will be the like.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe I should. I was almost like, Tony, you know who to send this to. See if we can make some videos for him because we've got the new oval track here. And I was like, it seems like a slam dunk to me. Have the whole family out there racing oval and 12 scale or whatever it is, 18 scale. Sounds like fun. So almost had tried to get you to move that along, but I was like,
All right. So yeah, it wasn't a leak, but it kind of feels like one because they don't have videos of it yet, but they've dropped it with the one. Okay. But
so let's talk about how you were making 24 scale cool again.
Am I?
Apparently you had like some awesome
I won.
competition.
I did a win.
Oh, did I break it?
I did a win.
Is it broken?
My best car that I really have loved for many years.
The Barrage
has been failing me. No, my Creep. Ever since I put those Mias axles on it, garbage.
Dead to me. Dead to me.
Garbage. Drives like a piece of junk. Turns like a maniac though.
Yeah.
But yeah. I miss my weighted brass axles, plantedness. Just
I'm pretty sure you know a guy with some extra brass axles.
Yeah.
That you could probably put back on it. You're not contractually obligated to run those axles, you know.
I know, but I have another pair of them right here.
Giveaway.
These are front and rears this time. I did front and rears this time.
Maybe that's the secret sauce.
But these feel heavier though. If they would make these in brass, they do feel heavier. Just have to come see it. Built a new computer rig. Oh, nice. Comp rig. Oh,
yeah. Yep.
You just got to bring it up here.
So how'd you do? Tell me about it.
So I did terrible in the class 3, but man, my class 4, the one that I've been like, it's too long. These links, what happened? Like, they're just going to be terrible. Dude, that thing just every week, even when I didn't win the past week, it was such a great score. And I mean, just had a jerk sneak in and steal the win from me, but you know, that's how that works. Who happens to have just jumped in here? You know, 6 points is usually pretty rad until somebody gets 4.
Oh.
No, but I mean, it's surprisingly handling way better than I expect. Every once in a while it gets rolly, which happened to me this past week. And luckily, the person who I was just calling names a second ago for beating me was a very good judge / winch man for me this past week. Helped bring me the win. But yeah. No, it's been running awesome. That hard park's been amazing. Super stretched. Shouldn't in most cases do well, but it just seems to do really well. So yeah. Oh, thing called shipping, Tony. I can get you. I can pay some shipping. Somebody else was talking to me about driving one of their cars that looks pretty rad. It's like a Divino or something, or a Randino, or I don't know. It looks a lot like the hard park one, but then it's got this crazy link setup where the upper links are super high mounted and the shocks are all tucked on the insides. But the upper links go on top of the servo toward the front. It's really weird design. It's pretty cool again. Super laser nut leak. We didn't mention that.
Should we get our conspiracy hats on with that?
Yeah. Do you think there's going to actually be a super laser nut, or do you think it's just a mashup of mistakes? The website's been pretty tough. Like every time I log in, it goes to this page of like just text that looks like Windows XP error messaging.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not blue or anything, but it's just like, what's it telling me?
text. Yeah. I honestly, I have no idea. I think Harley had, I think Harley had a good observation that they just came out with the Losi 8.
Yeah.
And personally, I would love, I hate saying this, U4 is pretty dead and it's dying fast. And it's because there's nothing that fits any of the U4 boxes anymore. And
You have to make them.
you have to make them. And there's not like, and it's not just that there's not one, there's like, that's the problem. There's no diversity, right? Like you can't, like on the IFS rigs, you could, get a couple different IFS rigs. Now there's nothing. And so I would love to see Losi come out with like the laser nut 8 on an 8 scale platform.
Yeah.
And then I would love
What is it considered now? Is that considered 10 scale because of the
laser nut?
chassis? Yeah.
I thought so, but I thought it was pretty big. I've seen them
Pretty big. It's almost like 10 scale
it looks
short
like the
course
hammer
truck,
ray.
which would then be almost the same as an 8 scale buggy.
Yeah.
Don't 8 scale buggy and 10 scale short course basically share the same size? Like people will
pretty
convert
close.
them.
Pretty close. Yeah.
It would be cool if they could update it in a way that the parts would still work as upgrades to the original. That's the one thing I've got to say. They haven't found a way to make those really cool cars like that stick.
Right. Well,
like
that's
cool desert trucks to have them and forever.
Soapbox.
Like any of
Soapbox. Okay. Here's what cut me deep. So when I had my Nomads, I loved my Nomads, but then they had proprietary parts that weren't cross-compatible with the 8 scale buggy. Now, had they had that 8 scale buggy part that worked back and forth, it's basically an 8 scale buggy that had a plastic cage over it.
Right.
The raddest truck out, like so rad. But if they were able to do that and Losi was able to do that, that would resurge a whole new market on these 8 scale buggies that are kind of, quasi bashers, quasi racers. You could do more Swiss Army stuff with it. Yeah. I would love to see that. And I think people
that I know that have the laser nut love it. Like, mine's awesome. Like,
bro, they are so fun. Like that type of vehicle is so much fun.
A-Main just dropped some video stuff with them again too. Are they doing a flash sale on them or something? I just saw videos hitting of people driving the laser nut again like crazy. So I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was a couple.
A-Main did it,
and so did it must have been Horizon, because Horizon had a choose the one that you want to bring back or whatever, and it was like they had, or maybe that was just Axial. But it was like talking about some old, older cars that aren't around anymore.
I mean, like that and the Tenacity DB.
Yeah, cool cars.
Like the Desert Buggy, it's such a cool thing, but it's like you got to freshen up the liveries because that's the only way to have some kind of a staying power, like to keep it like new, like so it doesn't feel old news.
Yeah, Harley says OG's going away. I'd put 10 on it. Yeah, and I would say that too. If they are cross-platforming with the 8 scale Losi buggy, that to me is like exactly like I said. It's like the Nomad.
It's just not a big enough race scene.
It's not. But if you go with a Losi like laser nut on an 8 scale buggy or something similar to that on an 8 scale buggy, then you have the Arma Mojave 4S, and then you have, if Associated came back out with their Nomad, that would be 3 manufacturers that you could go out and potentially put together races with. And so you have options. I mean, I know Arma and Losi are basically they're not the same, but
no, it's way different.
Yeah. But that's 3 manufacturers. That would be solid. And I don't know what's holding Associated back from that, to be honest, because
that Nomad I wanted so many years, but they didn't get them out to anybody, so I had no reference because nobody did videos on it. And I was really
awesome
because back then I was just buying stuff with YouTube money, whatever money would come in, I just buy stuff with to make videos on.
You're like, videos, let's go,
right? And so it's just like, but I couldn't trust it. But then there's that whole thing of like, is it just going to disappear? Like, is there going to be no parts for it in like 2 months.
Right.
Like, because it had been out by the time I really started getting into RC and YouTube enough that I could, stupid thumbs up thing again, where I could start buying stuff like that. It had been out for a minute. It looked awesome.
Yeah.
The livery was so cool.
Well,
like that whole like
here's where it's like,
World
guys,
War II plane.
You are so close. They have the MT8, which is the same platform as the 8-scale buggy. It's just ready to run. If you put 8-scale tires that have bigger chunks on them, like more tread, and then you take the cage that's basically the what was it called? The gatekeeper cage, plop that on top of it, stretch out the center section, you've got a Nomad again that you can go out and play with. And it's like, you're so close. So close.
Yeah.
It's like I almost want to build one from scratch just to do it. But
yeah. Plus they made it easy to work on.
The Nomad?
Yeah.
Bro, super easy. Yeah, 4 body clips, and then you can get to everything. It was essentially a race
was
buggy.
easy to work on too with the flip cage.
Yeah. I mean, it was essentially an 8-scale buggy. The Nomad was. That's all it was, an 8-scale buggy with a cage on top. But then once they stopped selling the body mounts, you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
You're like,
RC specialist, that's what we're talking about. There was a couple leaks that we'd seen hit, and Tower's been responsible for having a leaky sink for a little bit. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I would love to see them do something with revitalize, and even with the new LaserNet stuff, right? Because that truck doesn't look the same.
The weird, yeah. I mean, U4 is still hot 1-to-1.
Yeah.
But they just, in my opinion, the Hammer Ray was close, but it wasn't a perfect hit.
The Hammer Ray.
It was like the Baja Ray, but it was the Jeep version of it.
Oh, yes.
The Casey Curry Hammer Ray.
Looks so rad.
Looks very
Super
rad.
Long.
Hard
very
to drive.
tippy.
Yeah, very hard to drive.
Yeah.
And it was cool in U4. It was cool, but it just wasn't a contender because it wasn't drivable in U4.
And just wanted that back end wanted to break out.
Yeah, the normal Baja Ray was a little bit more of a contender.
Yeah. See, I'm more like the Rock Bouncer one. Like, I love the Rift.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, give me that power.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use all of it, but when I want it and want to grab throttle and just throw stuff, it's there.
Yep.
So that's my kind of style for that. Like, have you been watching the Hoonigan stuff that they've been dropping, this versus that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some good stuff.
It is. It's a little overproduced, in my opinions.
Yeah.
But
and for what it is, they set up a bunch of them on one day, it feels like, and they're just dropping them over.
Yeah.
But like the idea of it, but seeing some of those, like the Rock Bouncer style versus like the
I thought about talking
desert
to Die
truck
Hard.
kind of thing. Yeah.
I thought about talking to Die Hard and being like, hey, can you give me 120 feet and by 8 feet, and we'll set up a this versus that track and just do a grudge match.
Yeah.
You go out there with your 8-scale buggies, or you go out there with your monster trucks, or you go out there with
do
whatever.
A path and set a time. Yeah. Restriction. Yeah. It's fun to see. But yeah, anyway, just thinking Rock Bouncer versus some of those U4 type or whatever, like, they're not all the same. It's not the same vein, but
I don't know, conspiracy wise, when it comes to RC stuff, marketing's been really weird lately. I don't know if that's a sign of the times, meaning the economic times or what, but I don't know.
I'm sure there's some of that. In order to keep costs low, but there's the costs are going up.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's some of that that's happening.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm just looking up right now.
The RC 4-wheel drive Miller buggy looks pretty good too.
That does, but I've not seen that.
Not seen enough with it. We're in like a tough enough scenario where I'd be like, oh, I could trust that. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm taking this conspiracy thing a different way because you know me and conspiracies.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
Okay. We've landed on the moon.
Close, actually. So my neighbor the other day goes, so there's a dark side of the moon, right? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, but we just had a solar eclipse, right? And I was like, uh-huh. And he goes, so wouldn't that mean the dark side of the moon got light for that entire time that the solar eclipse happened?
It's not dark.
Right? I was like,
Oh, here's another conspiracy theory. Has the LMT been discontinued?
oh yeah. Canceled.
Yep. Gravedigger has too many connotations. They're just getting rid of it because
There's
2024 people
there's people rioting.
can't be going
it.
around using Gravedigger loosely like that.
Nope. Yep. Son of a digger was too close to another word, so they're like, canceled.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Big lawsuit.
King Sling, anybody that's,
Patriarchy, canceled.
yeah. Well, and, disabilities with slings, just can't.
Bog hog,
Can't do it.
canceled. Pork.
Colombia. We blame Colombia for that.
Yep. Did you like the video I sent you? My idea how to crowd control those the protesters. Just drop
that
it.
one. Oh, yes, the mosh pit. Yeah.
So I was like, so hear me out. I think we should hire like a heaviest metal band and get all their fans to come for free to where they're at, and then do the parting of the seas when it comes to the mosh pit, but have all the protesters in the middle, and just be like,
that sounds violent.
let's go. Let's go.
People are now protesting our show. Thanks.
Nick B, what's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. I am not doing. Yes, I am not doing the enduro, but we are doing the night race, and we are doing the oval race. That's another thing that we talked about that I didn't talk about on air. My whole dirt program got a wrench thrown in it again. Last time we were on, I was under the assumption that we could not run 8th scale in novice. So we started changing everything up, and then we got the kids into Pro 4s. I got one Pro 4 and I had one coming. One fell through, and then the day before it fell through, I was told by another track guy, oh yeah, we can run them in 8th scale. We just have to talk to them first. And I was like, I've been moving all these cars trying to get, like whatever. And so we ended up, so now we're light a car, but I do have 2 8 scales and a Pro 4, but one of the 8 scales that I was going to put Dalton in isn't ready because this just happened. So I might either let him share my 8 scale, which I haven't ran yet, or put a temporary system in his 8 scale, like a Castle Mamba X and like a cheap Amazon motor.
Yeah.
Just to get him on the track and just to get him experience. Because this is going to be, we're not having any time to go out and practice this week. I've been so slammed. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that. Our dirt oval cars are coming along. I posted something in the Die Hard chat today because I can't find any setup information for these SR10s, like gearing wise. And so I'm going to try to figure that part out. I know the offset. I think the offset is left side. You want it to be plus 1 to 1.5 degree. Right side, you want it negative 1 to 1.5 degrees. So when it goes around the corner, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't remember. But yeah.
Man, go ask. I'm sorry. What track lets novice run 1/8 scale?
Yeah. So I think it's a case by case basis for this one. It's a big 8 scale track. And I get it because it's like, why would you just let someone that has 0 experience run a 9-pound missile around. But what they said is oh, look at that.
Keep going.
So what they said is yes, you could do it. We'll talk to him. He'll have to double single. We won't let him go full triple on the big triple jump because that's like, full send on that car. But I think the kids will be okay, or I think Dalton will be okay with the 8 scale. He's got car control, and he's good when it comes to fast cars. Like he can handle that. I hear you. I'm on my way out of practice, but oval looks sick. But more off road. Yes. What 8 scale do we have? We have a RC8 4.0 and we have the RC8 3.2 is what we're going to be running. The 8 scale is all the way behind the turf track. Or I mean, not the 8 scale, the oval track is behind the turf track. It looks good. 8 scale is sportsman for off-road. There's no novice. Yeah, but they told me that he can run novice, so I'm just going to throw him in novice. Like, here you go. Which I'm not 100% sure on. Yeah, triple jump in the front. There's a big one. So they're talking about double single in it. I don't know what to expect this weekend because we've gone and watched, but we haven't like paid attention to the novice class. So I'm running sportsman. I don't know what to expect for the kids for novice off-road, and for oval, it's just going to try to get the car to track straight.
So I was going to say really quick, because people were still asking about this and we just kind of joked through it.
Yep.
This is why people are asking, is because the site says, oops, you've gone off course when you try and click on it. Yeah. Which is funny, of the one that's flipping. They probably have lots of shots like that of that truck.
The hand array, yeah.
But I mean, it could even just be that they're doing a refresh of electronics, which happens, and then they give them a different SKU.
Yeah.
Like, it could be the smallest little change, or they could be making a running change on the fly, like because of the TLR Tune stuff.
Yeah.
That had nicer upgrades, like the bigger size screws going into the outer axle parts. Remember how bad those stripped all the time?
Yeah.
And they upgraded those on the tuned one, so maybe they'll be doing little upgrades, like just rolling changes kind of thing.
Probably the same power plant
next batch, but
as the sling and the mutt bog hog.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so it's very possible that there's
or radios, because they've been doing all the Spectrum stuff. All the Spectrum lineup has been upgrading their radios, so that could be too.
Yep. There's a bajillion possibilities of what could be. But and then there was the time when the SMT10 disappeared for a while for licensing reasons, and they were renewing contracts and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So who knows? But
yep.
Glad to hear that it is not going away
for now.
So I think they'd do all right.
What if it did?
It'd be a sad day. They're really awesome.
Would you cry? A little bit?
A little bit. I would probably shed a tear. All right. I gotta get back to the show notes. Sorry.
Conspiracies.
You were talking racing.
No, I was talking conspiracies. Backside of the moon.
Yes.
I love conspiracies.
Here's, you go on. LMT is discontinued. What? Man, and stuff spread so fast.
Yeah. Well, you know.
It's because of the new TRX4MT. It just couldn't handle its own anymore. What was I doing? I was looking up our show notes.
Will you be going to the International Monster Truck RC event in August and September? Tyler Wilson is asking you. Willison. Sorry.
Oh, Tyler. The one that Joey and them do? When is it?
August, September? It's a long event.
I may try. It's not that far from here. I couldn't go last year because I started working weekends. So I missed a bunch of stuff.
Trevor's in this. I didn't even think about that. Trevor Jonan had their first race on Sunday.
Nice.
I was wondering how they did. First race of the season. It's the group that I go out and race with. Monster Trucks. Wondering how it went. It was wet. So wondering how that went. So, but I'm excited because they got a new venue, and the new venue looks hot. Looks good. I'm excited.
Speaking of monster trucks, I fixed my primal.
Yeah.
Alive. The motor was never an issue. That thing just fires up every time, man.
Yeah.
It was a little, you could see the cloud coming off of it. It was a little smoky that first the first couple passes until it really warmed up and cleaned out the lines. But it sat there all winter and it still fired up, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome. Even with the rain, the dirt was pretty perfect sandy. Nice. Sticky is what it means. If it was wet sand, sticky sand.
Sorry, I'm just replying.
Yeah, about 3S for off-road.
Yeah.
So that, and I got a bunch of parts to fix stuff. I got Red Cat parts. I got Team Corrali parts. I got Arma parts. I got
Harley. Okay, Harley. So Tin Hat coming back on. But Harley asked, do you have any idea if the LMT was made in Taiwan or China? And I was thinking about this the other day with all the stuff going on. And there's other shipping issues happening in the world that probably hasn't quite propagated to RC yet. And maybe it has. And maybe it's going to rear its ugly head here in a couple months. But that's something that I think people should be keeping an eye out for, is the shipping pipelines and stuff like that right now.
Yeah.
They're and just nothing to do with that, B. I typo. I hate it when I type B after everything. When I'm trying to hit the space bar and it's like I hit B or period, or I don't remember what it is. But no, but I think that's something that could be something happening in the next couple months based off of what's happens or doesn't happen abroad with conflicts. So, but there's my tin hat. I don't have a crystal ball in front of me, but I did earlier. So be on the lookout for that. You should drive your LMT.
I don't know anything about what's going on, and I don't know where it's from. I don't have a box. Oh, I have the minis. Would it probably be the same place?
What? The minis? I have a box
minis.
at the
I
shop.
have the mini I have a brand new mini right here.
I have a box from the shop. I could look that up. Keep them on 4S. Yes, I might. Made in Mexico. Made in Mexico. Tony's got his think face on.
No, I can't. I have bad eyes. I don't have my glasses face on. Made in China.
All right, there you go.
Guessing that would have been my guess too with the bigger LMT.
Yeah.
As well.
Shipping getting faster from the east. They're having a lot of droughts and dry ups in the Panama Canal right now too. Meaning they can't get the boats through.
So why is he asking where it was made? What's happening? I know there's stuff between the two countries, but I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe another company is getting in front of another company on manufacturing on the same factory. Maybe.
Let's see if it said.
Man, I have 5 chicken nuggets right now, staring at me, and they're
Why
cold
aren't you
now.
eating them? You should eat them.
I don't
Just
want to eat them in front.
go off screen. Just talk, and then just chew quietly into the microphone.
I could just do some ASMR chewing.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that for AI to
I'm
show.
looking at the manual online right now. See if it says. See if I can see in the manual. Oop.
Oh, I might have one right here.
I thought I saw China there, but now I can't tell.
Right
It's
there.
not showing up a search going through the manual. So anyway, I would guess
Verizon has had containers jacked in SoCal. Gang see the LIPO warnings and think they're phones or something. That's awesome. That's awesome. Lawlessness. What are we going to do?
the only Mini made in Taiwan is the TRX-4M. Interesting stuff we learn.
Very
Well, I don't have any other news other than I have a bunch of the packages here, which aren't even that interesting.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
like shocks for like the Arma 3S.
I know.
I think there's like 4 spur gears just in case, and like a pinion.
Yep. I got so many of those type of parts. Yeah, I know. I was like,
metal
looking at our
gears.
thing.
Metal gears for this thing right here.
Nice. That was the only other show. Only other show note was Dirty Thoughts, and we kind of already talked about the dirt racing. So kind of already gone over it. Don't need to talk about it again. What do we got coming up? What do you got coming up?
Well, I got videos to make. I did a comp video because after I started posting these 10 skill things, people are like, 10 skills crap. We only are here for the mini stuff now. So can't win for losing, for trying. So I'm making another mini content. I'm like, I thought like you guys were tired of seeing like comp video after comp video from here. So, but I can make more. So I shot a video there, not of my winning truck, of my one that slammed mini gates and did terrible because it's hard to do force steer and dry in film
video. Yeah.
But, Go Man Go did get a little footage for me just so if I did well, I'd be able to say, hey, this one did well. And that's it. Like it went through 2 gates or something. I didn't film most of it. So, yeah. But other than that, I've still got a video to do from the Walter RC Park. There's actually probably 2 because there's some mini stuff we did.
Yeah.
So I have that. That was with the Vanquish VS410 Pro, which was amazing. Awesome. Really like that rig. Wish I had more trails to just go trailing with it on. Because it's just fun to drive. It's so sad though when like you're taking those. I have the clear axles, and you're just scraping them on stuff, and you're like, "Oh, my heart, be still."
Yeah.
I know that's putting a gouge right
across. Where you want it. Yeah. Butt
crack in that portal, or not the portal, the diff case.
Yeah, brutal. I forgot. I'm supposed to start posting again on Instagram in May. That was the promise.
I want to see you run your new truck I built you. Oh, well, we got to work out shipping it.
Oh, the Unimog. Is that the one you're talking about?
I need to watch this video. He sent me a video, but I didn't even see them. So here's the thing about when people, I don't even know why this is the only thing showing up on my phone. It's about the,
you can't see it. It's all blown out. Nice.
It's about my story not finished uploading on Instagram. Do you have that happen? It's so freaking annoying. And I've closed out of the app. I can't get rid of the stupid thing.
And sometimes you take so stupid long to
it's already
make
up there,
a post. No, I mean like when I do a story post, like today I did the story post and I had to type everything out, and then I had to put the links in and put the tags in, and then I go to post it and I come back to it and it says this still hasn't posted. I'm like, ah! And then I check it again, and then it says, something went wrong. Would you like to post it again? And you have to
No, I
go through
wouldn't.
the whole.
Nope.
I know, exactly. I'm like,
Actually
no,
not.
no, I hate you, Instagram.
I don't want to write the comment again.
Nope. So I'm supposed to start posting again. And I have a ton of stuff to post because I haven't posted in like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I haven't posted. Let's see. There's posts on there that were collaborated posts. That were like you did 2 collaborated posts, and then one other person did a collaborated post. And the last time I posted was January 30th. And I was like, I'm done with you, Instagram. So now I got to start posting stuff again. I don't even know what to do.
Dang, Oval RC is at 1.2 million subscribers now.
Whoa.
Dang, that was a meteoric rise.
I haven't done any YouTubing much either lately.
Well, he got one of those TRX-4M tees and did a little course with it. But he even had like a jump and it just wouldn't.
I'm watching, yeah. Ooh! Go! Oh my.
Here's a jump. Nope, just fall off it. It wouldn't even.
Nope.
So that is not retro. That is slower than retro.
Slow-mo.
Retro would have jumped over the first 2 cars on that.
Yeah. What's going on, Radioactive Scale?
Yeah.
RC Dan.
I was getting on there to actually pull up Brian Koster and see just a quick snippet of what his was. I'll have to watch it tonight. He sent me so what I was going to say is this is what happens when people send me messages.
What?
71 unread messages. 3,000 emails.
Yeah.
They don't get redded very well. And Messenger doesn't even put red dots anymore because there's like 5 Messenger accounts and only one is logged in at a time. And so it's not like pulling from the other ones for some reason.
Yeah.
So depending on which Messenger I checked last, I may or may not even know I'm getting messages. It's fun. But
that's why I don't face slam. I did do a Facebook post today though. But it was more of a question to the Diehard RC Racing channel. But yeah. 96 texts, 19,000 emails. You guys need to have some better management, man. I get 100 emails a day and I either crush them or I delete them.
So I was at the 19K, 20K emails and I just removed one of the accounts from my phone because like I couldn't get rid of like all mail in Gmail. So even like though it doesn't like if you do all unread and just what I do is I just grab them and I'm like, there could be something important in here. Scroll, shift, delete every once in a while, but it'd still be like 10K like unread. And it's just because this is the way that Gmail does the all mail and it still pulls them in as unread.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't show as unread in my mail apps.
I don't know how I have 446 unread text apparently. I don't know how that works. I hate it when clients text me. I hate it. I'm like, just email me, please, because I'm not going to see the text. Like,
oh, his new comp build looks good.
Nice.
Looks really good.
I think we should.
It's very purpley.
Let's wrap it.
Okay.
Let's wrap it. It's been 1 hour and 24 minutes. And I can't take you any longer. All this complaining about how slow the TRX4MT is.
Who? The people in the chats? Are you being rude to them? It wasn't me.
No, I know.
I was disappointed.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh, you pulled
what
the
is
dad.
This, a school for ants?
He pulled the dad move. I was strongly disappointed in you, Traxxas. Oof.
I had high hopes for their first solid axle monster truck.
Yep.
So I was to say I was let down was
Hey, thanks, Nick.
um
Race fees.
yeah. Mofo can fix the speed. I agree.
Yep.
So that's good. But
Nick B with a massive chat donation. Thank you.
But you're gonna be at 230, 240. It just makes the LMT
Easy.
like which people complained about the price on so much.
Yeah.
But out of the box, it just is wicked.
Do you think you have to have more cost and licensing to Monster Jam than you do to Ford and Chevy?
That's a tough call. I don't know. Possibly.
I think so. I think Monster Jam is probably more expensive of a license. Especially on,
The tire compound just seems better.
You've never even touched the tires.
Dude, they look like Stampede tires shrunk down. They look. Do you see them bouncing on stuff?
Yeah.
The way they're just collapsing in.
Yeah.
It's because they're not glued partly, and the air's
no
just
foams. Yeah. Cloudbuster tires. They're not even Cloudbuster tires, but
yeah, cloudbusters are stiff.
yeah. Yep.
Except in the center, but the outer parts. There's a molded cage that's expensive. There's scale axles designed specifically for the truck. So cost of making is way higher on it than mostly repurposed parts from another vehicle. And it's still $270.
What did you send me? $10. Thank you. He has to keep it fair, he said. I think he's gonna be like, sorry, Tony. No love for you. You know what? I still need to figure out. I have not been paid by YouTube since I've been monetized. So I see there's a good amount in there.
Oh, you have to figure out how to withdraw it. You need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't. It keeps on telling me that my, what's it called? What's that account? What's the thing that you have to? There you go, Nick.
Well, thank you, Nick.
It keeps on telling me that my name and my ID don't match the tax information. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, we can't tell which side it goes to from our StreamYard.
Nope, it just shows it.
Yeah, it shows it in both of our chat feeds.
But we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Gracias. Yeah, so now I got to figure out how to get that money. I was even like, just send it to my PayPal, and they won't send it to PayPal.
80s technology monster truck. Tire
flies.
Yeah, very true. Mine would blow the bead all the time on my clouds because I didn't glue them on either. Air, I liked it to be soft from the air.
Yep.
So that's not a complaint. I'm just saying, like, cost wise, when people are complaining, like for this to be $200 rehash parts. I mean, because the LMT Mini has bearings too, right? Throughout.
Yep.
Set of bushings.
Yep.
There's a lot in it. Metal links, metal 4 links instead of plastic. Cage, roll bar,
lights.
They both have lights, but
LMTs are colored, tinted.
They're also a licensed tire.
The BKTs.
Yep.
It's a pretty sweet truck.
Anyway, it's not as crazy when, like, if anything, they just made it seem like a fair price when you start going down the list of things. Bigger motor, their metal diffs, metal gears, cush drive, stinking thumbs up.
Yeah.
Speed. Backflips.
To be honest, too, yeah, backflips. To be honest, too, I think the LMT proportions are more developed for. I mean, it's a fully engineered vehicle, so it can turn, it could backflip, it could do monster truck stuff. I think you add speed to the Traxxas, and it'll be fun, but it's not going to be very.
I said 8 miles an hour. I would have been happy.
Yeah,
Just give it a little bit of pep.
yeah.
Let it take a little jump.
Yeah.
Again, you don't want it rolling. It's not wide.
Yeah. Your secret's safe with me, Nick B.
But you can also put wider. You can put offset tires on it to get a better. I would hope that we'll be able to get a little bit wider stance. FureTech tires are pretty wide.
Pretty tall.
You just put shorter shocks on it. You can slam it a bit.
I don't think you can slam it that much.
I mean, you see the links on it, man. You could shorten it. It wouldn't be hard. Or even they built those things. People will 3D print new shock hoops that go higher, and you just screw it in higher on the chassis. Yeah, because those are just, it looks like screwed into the.
That's what we did what I did on my monster on the TRX4.
Traxxas are small. Give them time to grow. Yeah. It's not even about stunts. It just needs to be able to jump. You need to be able to hit a stack and jump the first two cars.
At least slap wheelie.
Yeah.
Like
they were doing that.
No.
But it wasn't jumping to slap. It was just hitting something and standing up.
Right. That's like a sky wheelie. That's like yeah. No, I'm talking slap wheelie. A monster truck has to be able to slap wheelie at minimum.
Yeah, that was the trick they could do. They do a little jump, hit, and boom.
Yeah. Even if it's not straight up and down.
Little. Bigfoot, yeah.
Yeah. Still enough to be like,
yeah.
Probably you can jump.
It's almost there, and it won't take much to get there, but it'll take another $20 at least.
Minimum.
And then you're at 220. Yeah, if you're looking for like total performance, honestly, a lot of people like a lot of these things are going to buy them and put them on a shelf. They don't play with them much.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Smasher or whatever.
Yeah.
It looked cool. It was a hard body. People wanted it just to have it, but they don't do much with them. They sit on a shelf.
Yeah. I think brushless would have been too much for this, Henry. Unless it was like the FureTech one. I think the FureTech one is probably going to be perfect. Maybe even too fast still.
I think they could have hit the $200 price point with twice the speed that it has. Easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
Because a little bit bigger brushed motor isn't going to cost that much more. And we're not brushless on the LMTs.
Right.
And they're fast.
Yep. Well, and I agree.
They're plenty fast.
I think if they would have put
and they're smooth.
Yeah, I think if they would have put the Traxxas motor in, it would have been a win.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much that would have cost different to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traxxas brushless isn't too much, yeah. But no, it's cool news for the day. I like it. I almost bought a TRX-4M blue Ford when I was in Indiana. Yeah, the high trail one. And I was going to put monster truck tires on and just make it a Bigfoot because I knew we've made them fast.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't take much. That's why I was like, what happened? Like, what? Why does it look like? Why does it make this poop? I believed in you. No, but
I feel like they just punted Baxter on me.
All the movie quotes on this one.
What a glass case of emotion.
Yeah. Oh, so the other one I was going to give was the Elf. Like the not putting the last page in the book and just stamping it anyway. I feel like their guys were like, "Oh, dude, this is awesome. We got lights. We got a new chassis. We've done all this work. Let's make it go."
Yeah.
Ooh, it's kind of slow. Yeah, but nobody's gonna notice. Let's make a video of this thing in slow motion with monster truck sound effects, and just like push it out there. People are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what is that?
Yeah.
But
it's like the children love the books.
The grown men love the monster trucks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, TRX4MT. You don't know that it's a 1/10th or 1/24th or 1/18th or because they use the 4M for 4 Mini, but now they've done 4 TRX4 monster truck, which would make you think 1/10th scale. Yeah. Should be the TRX4 MMT. He's so right.
Yeah.
He's
Have a good
so
one,
right.
Nick. Yeah.
But I mean, there's so many funny movie quotes we could use on it.
Yeah.
But that was the other one, other than the School for Ants. I was thinking about the children love the books. But they just signed off on it.
Yep. Hobbs.
Yeah. And then it's like, hey, let's get some guys in here that know this stuff. And they bring them in. Like, people love it when you do Bigfoot or big name stuff and you do it. Yeah, let's not do any of that. Like, then you go to the they have the Bigfoot name, man. I'm sure they would have had to pay licensing. It's probably a lot cheaper to license a sticker than it is a
You keep
full
using
box
that
art.
word. I don't think you know what that means. I think you think it means, fast. Oh yeah, we'll make it fast.
Yeah. Well, they do. Yeah.
The fastest name in RC, Tony.
Yeah.
And
Not in
Toyota.
monster trucks.
Not in monster trucks. Not in MMTs.
Not in mini MMTs. Yeah.
You know what it could have? They could have been. They should have just been like, introducing the new TRX4 MMT. Pause. I messed up.
Yeah. If they could have done if they wanted to be retro, they could have done 4-wheel steer with that slow.
I'm referring to our fearless leader reading the teleprompter. Pause.
Oh, yeah.
Tony's like, you brought it up.
I missed it.
Tony's like, huh? Yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't that a Danny Trio meme?
No, but he just full on read that pause. It is a great quip, man.
That's the Ron Burgundy.
But I miss,
Ron
he
Burgundy.
reads anything. Like, don't you know he reads anything you put on the prompter? Like that's why so many people get fired. Probably prompter people. Tons of prompter people have been fired.
I know.
Yeah. Gosh. It's tough though when it's rolling like that. Yeah, it's tough.
Is it really?
Well, it depends if they put it in brackets. If it's in brackets, there's no excuse.
Really? Like, period, pause, period. You can't catch that? I'm just saying. Just saying.
Well, what is what it is. I don't need to make excuses for him. He's the leader of the semi-free world.
Semi-free world. Oh, man.
I just think that you should also be able to make fun of them and anybody.
Yeah.
Do that stuff.
You know,
it should be equal opportunity for making fun of on mistakes. Those kind of mistakes.
It was kind of the same thing as the Traxxas monster truck, where it's like you saw it and then it was just like your head just hit the table. You're like, oh, why? Like please.
It's like I'm always like, these are the best and the brightest minds. This is what, like, we have this awesome thing.
Ever see a prompter wanted ad?
Yeah.
No one else seems to have a problem. Nope.
No. Oh, I've seen many people have problems with prompters.
Yeah.
I have to film people using them all the time. I'm like, yeah, no, don't say that.
Don't say that. Ah.
Smile. No, that was just to remind you at this point to keep smiling because you stop halfway through.
I know.
Yeah.
I was up speaking in front of the school this weekend at our annual auction, and I threatened my wife that I was going to use that. Sitting there talking into the microphone and just be like, pause. Oh, see who picked it up. It would have probably been crickets throughout the whole room.
Yeah. Like I did.
Yeah. Who?
It's all about the delivery of the stuff you say ahead of it.
Yes. 4 more years. 4 more
I feel like
years.
this battery's gotten puffier just sitting here.
Pause.
It's like
I told you, put it in the vise and crank down on it, and it'll flatten it right out, Tony.
this one was down at like 1 volt. I brought it back up and then it was finally working in the smart charger, but then it got puffy. Oops. So no comments. Oh yeah, Nick B. I do that all the time. I watch a lot of live streams and things on the TV while I'm working on other stuff on my computer.
Yep.
So I can look up and watch, because if it's on my computer, it's on a screen behind because I don't have like dual monitors or anything. Usually when I'm editing, so I'll put it up on the TV. But yeah, no commenting. But I'll have the comments up so I can read them, or like the live chat. Yeah. And every once in a while, I will stop and I'll go and do a comment on a computer, or might pull out my phone and load it up and say it.
Just so you can stir the pot. I know you.
Yeah. It's usually, that kind of stuff. Like, I can't wait until Harley and Matt are on tomorrow and just keep asking, so how about that TRX4 MMT?
Yeah. How fast is it?
How fast does it go? Take off any sweet jumps?
I got like 3 feet of air. Hold on, I got an idea.
Did they steal all the sound effects from Big America? Do you think their legal department's going to have any phone calls about the axles not being metal when they slide it down the rail and you hear that metal sound? That T.
T.
I'm still shocked that there was not verbiage that like sound effects are simulated to like on the screen. Like it's in the comments. It's like they don't have much comments and they put it below the fold.
They should have said 6.437 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Would have sounded a little faster.
Yeah. Because there were people in the comments talking about the sounds, and I think some of them were for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't share when you share the video out. It doesn't bring your description along. So it's kind of interesting advertising. It's almost AI generated.
That's
like they should have to put like false. Like you could almost go in and flag it, report it for it being like artificial intelligence created sound effects that are not realistic to the video, like that they're trying to pass it off as.
So here's the debate.
Big America freaks out a lot of people too.
Yeah,
he almost needs a disclaimer on his.
So that would actually make his YouTube videos better if it was like, disclaimer, warning.
The attempts you're about to see should not be performed by children under 14 years old.
I had a friend in college that would always make the same sound as the Girls Gone Wild warning. He'd always be like, warning! And then he'd start singing. So just so you know, there's a debate on MyFitnessPal. 4 miles per hour equals jogging or power walking. Brisk walking, how to boost your average walking speed.
Considered fast in the RC world.
If we call it yogging? Yogging? Oh, man.
Hey, but we were equal opportunists for taking a little shot at everybody tonight. So that's to be fair, not just Traxxas. I still don't get the branding decisions on the Losi NASCAR. Not having any run footage drop when they did the release and pre-orders drop for it. I still can't believe it.
Let's go on a brisk race walk with our MTs.
But I will say that I also have not pre-ordered one for said reason.
Yeah.
I don't need another dud on-road car. I got plenty of those.
I'm trying to see. Hold on. Fast as a caterpillar. Most caterpillars move at a maximum speed of about 1 centimeter per second, or 1 mile per hour. 75% faster than a caterpillar.
It's a big number, big percentage.
That should be their marketing tagline. 75% faster than a 100-foot animal, 100-legged animal.
Wait, how many centimeters per hour is it? 4 miles per hour.
Less. It says less than 1 mile per hour. 1 centimeters a second. Yep.
It is 643,738 centimeters per hour. That's pretty fast. When you read it like that.
That is wicked fast.
That is wicked.
What else is there that could be potentially 4 miles per hour?
What are speed ratings that you can choose?
Well,
foot
I just
per second. Okay, foot per second. Oh, not foot per second. Let's say feet per hour. Can we do that? Meter per second? No, those are gonna be slow. Feet. I guess I could just multiply it by 5,000. Yeah, 21,120. All right.
Well,
Too fast.
Just so you know,
yards.
In a dead sprint, the TRX-4M will only be about 70% faster than a sloth.
Yeah.
Because in a dead sprint, a sloth can reach top speed of 1.5 miles per hour.
Yeah. Well, here's probably a better measure we could use is meters per minute.
That'll be fast.
It's 107
That's
meters
fast.
per minute. It's pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty quick. There's like 117 yards per minute if you wanted to know.
Wow.
But it seemed a little unbelievable, so I went with the meters.
That's awesome. Yep. 70% faster than a caterpillar.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like if I were to race them, like if it was drag racing style, I think I'd pick mine up and throw it at the finish line. Like,
underhand. Yeah. He'd probably still win underhand. Just,
yeah.
No need to crow hop. Officially, I'm out.
All right, Nick B. See ya.
Have a good one. See you this
How far
weekend.
do they race in scale, though? Come on, guys. Think about it.
Super
in
far.
scale, so it's 1/18th, so 18 times 4 miles per hour. 18 times faster. If it's a 1/18th scale, it'd be 18 times 4.
What is that? That's fast. That's 80 miles an hour.
72. That's pretty quick. But it doesn't equal scale in jumpage
and fun.
Like, yeah.
Like, I need it to be more fun. 70%.
If you were to
75%
scale up
more
that fun by 18%, it would not equal what driving a real monster truck would be like in the 1-to-1 fun factorness. It
Imagine
needs
the
to be like
video.
at least 100 times more than that. It needs to be at least 10 times this big.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, we joke, but it was just the biggest release, I think, in my opinion, of what I would want, which is why I was the most disappointed. The Losi, a little disappointed there weren't videos. Not disappointed that there's 6 options.
Right.
Not super disappointed that it's 12 scale, because I think that more places would actually stand the chance of racing them at that scale, indoors or outdoors. So I don't hate that about it. I don't hate the scale, because also price point being lower. Because stock class wise, it can be fun, and having 6 options to choose from on the box helps.
It does.
But now they got to create some kind of a time system for it, a lap counter that you can do on the cheap transmitter / because $100 for those MyLaps ones is
too much.
That's like half the cost of the
There's
car.
a European one that I really wanted to buy, but I haven't yet. And you have to have like your LED has to be visible as you drive by it. It looks pretty good. What? Pablo got put on the Tony diet. You can't eat if you're still on Talk Your Face Off.
I put you on the Tony diet.
Yeah.
I just keep you here.
I know. That's all right. I was trying to see how fast like normal earthworms are. Those seem pretty squirrely sometimes. But it doesn't come up.
My keyboard is dead.
Oh, that's why. That's why. Because I spelt how wrong. You're an idiot. How fast is an earthworm? Searching. Whoa.
185 feet per hour.
Yeah, that's fast.
Yeah.
That might be faster than 4 miles per hour. 240 feet per hour. It's pretty quick. Especially if it rains.
No, I think they go slower because they're out and they get stepped on. Then they can't. Earthworms are pretty quick. I'll give them that. All right, we'll wrap it up, guys. Sorry to bring back the little bashing at the end there. The disappointment bashing.
Centipede can run 16 inches per second.
Time.
16 inches per second, which is equivalent to 15 or 42 miles per hour if you're a human.
What can do that?
Centipede.
Oh, well, that's doing scale.
Yeah, I know. But what's 16 inches per second? That's over a foot per second. How many feet per 60 feet per hour? Right? How does that work?
Yeah, we didn't bash on it. I'm not bashing on them as a company for it. I'm just saying it could have been so great. Like they did so many things that were cool. Just needed that one little thing called speed. The math skill display tonight is making me sad. Yeah, your percentage of like the 75% and higher is. I don't think that's how that works.
175 or 300. I don't know. What was it 300%? I don't care.
Yeah, you have to go larger number percentages because you're
Whatever.
like
it's 75% the speed.
3/4 of.
How about that? It's
Okay.
75% the speed. A centipede can travel at approximately.
I'm actually pretty good at math, but let's see.
1 mile per hour. Centipede's pretty fast. 240 feet per hour. All these numbers are just flying by me.
I want to know how many snores I can do in 6 hours. That's my next
I'm sure there's an
math
app for that.
project. So there actually probably is.
Have you hit end yet? This is dragging on. I said to end it like